I didn't know I acted as bad.
What'd you do last night? I didn't barely get any sleep last night because he's like, let me get some booty, you know, and I'm like, no.
I figure if I'm giving you my money, if I'm...
You hear this?
If I'm taking care of responsibilities, yeah, I deserve to get some booty. We came all the way to out here. Come on, the kids ain't around. Why I can't get no booty?
Ladies, listen up. You need to pay attention to what it is that these men are saying. Because these men are tired. You can't go out here and find you what you quote unquote call a good man. This man who's gonna provide for you. He gonna take care of you. He gonna make sure you're safe, have everything that you need. And then you gonna ice him out. You shouldn't be marrying somebody that you're not attracted to and somebody that you don't love. And if you love that man and if you're attracted to him, I don't see what the problem is. Let's be clear. Men also have needs. And if you're not gonna provide it, how long you think it's gonna be before he finds it somewhere else? Because at this point, you've told him he can't get it at home, no matter what he does. He can't get it out in these streets off sheer principle because he said vows. And you vilified him getting anything online. So what you're telling him is that he had to tie himself to you, financially give you everything that you want, but then he has to be celibate? We're talking about grown-ups, okay? Work is hard, and you know that because you don't want to do it. So you got a man out here who's willing to do it. But then you abuse that? You said vows too. Remember those? Stop playing with these men before you lose the one you got.
Oh, a lot of people got triggered by that video. A whole bunch of people got triggered by that video. And you may be triggered right now. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into the conversation here. It's a conversation that's been had over and over again. But let me say this right off the bat. Oftentimes women are triggered by this conversation because the woman is thinking that a man is valuing a woman's body based on his money. And from your perspective, that might be how it looks. But it's not truly what it is. You see, the same way that a woman values her body is the same way that a man values his money. I'm not saying that my money is equal to the value of a woman's body, but at the same time, I'm not saying a woman's body is equal to the money that I have. It's not. You see, let me put it like this. When I served in the Marine Corps, went into dangerous situations, jumping off this, jumping off that, damaging my body to the point where and my mind to the point where there is the development of PTSD. There is the development of spinal degeneration in my knees, my neck, my shoulders, all these sorts of things. And at some point, once I got out, I was able to receive VA benefits. Now, my body, I put my body in danger, my mind in danger to gain the value, and that's the value of it. The value of it is what the VA is providing. I invested over $100,000 in my gym that I owned. I invested over $100,000 in the popcorn shop. I invested over $100,000 in the cigar lounge. You weren't there. You didn't invest it. I spent 12 to 14 hours a day working in each one of those businesses to build them up. I did. I gave my body, I gave my mind, I gave my time. And many men are doing that on a daily basis, giving their body, giving their mind and their time to derive an income that pays for the house that you live in, the car that you drive, the food that you eat. Now, I know that there are those situations where the woman is also working, and the woman should value her money just as important. But let's be real. When you go out on a date, who do you expect to pay? When you go on vacation, who do you expect to pay? When you purchase or do anything that involves money, 99% of the time, who do you expect to pay for? Who do you expect to provide for it? You expect that man to provide for it. And if those are your expectations, I don't have a problem with that. But that man expects to have peace. That man expects to have great conversation. That man expects for his home to be taken care of. That man expects to have his sexual needs met. Now, why would anybody give up what they have put their hard-earned body and mind towards for somebody who doesn't provide them what they need? Why should I provide a house for you when you can't keep it organized and clean? Why should I provide a lifestyle for you when you can't have fun with me and you're always causing arguments and you complain about everything? Why would I provide all the things that you desire to make you happy and feel safe, and I can't get any sex? Or in that man's words, I can't get no booty? Ladies, I want you to think about this for a second. As a man, I can get a house. I can buy food. I can pay for a chef to come in and cook that food. I can pay for a maid to come in and clean that house. I got friends and family to whom I can have great in-depth conversations with. I got social media that I can have great conversations with. And I can go out on a weekly basis, nightly basis, and find somebody who's going to have sex with me, whether it is dating them or just, hey, I saw you walking down the street. Come on, give me some Gluck Gluck 3000. Here's $20 for your services. A man can do all those things without having a wife. But why does a man desire a wife? One, he may desire a family, children. Two, he desires to have all those things, but in a relationship where a person respects and honors him. In one person where it is not the money that he provides as to why you're there, but it is because of the character of the man to which you say that you fell in love with. And when you use the booty as a weapon, when you put him on lockdown and you expect him to sit there and still go to work, still put food in the house, still pay the bills in the house, still keep gas in your car, still pay the car note, still pay the insurance, still plan for the retirement, you expect him to still do all these things to give you security and give you happiness. But you don't want to do what he is asking for. It takes a man anywhere from 8 to 14 hours a day of his life. It's 5 to 7 days a week to give you what you want. It takes you less than an hour in 99% of the cases, less than an hour, however many days a week it is, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, because you know it's not every day. And yet, you can't do that. You can't give him 5 hours of your time, 5 hours of intimacy, 5 hours of lovemaking, 5 hours of release in a week. But here's what's funny. You will give 8 hours to your job. You will give however many hours to your children. You'll give however many hours to the cooking, to the cleaning. You'll give however many hours to the shopping, however many hours to your girlfriends, however many hours to your male friends, however many hours to your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father. You'll give all these hours to everybody else who plans to leave you, who would live their life without you. You'll give all these hours to everybody else outside of the one person who is trying to be with you for the rest of your life, who's trying to take care of you for the rest of your life, who's trying to be your best friend for the rest of your life. You'll give all that everybody else needs of you to other people, but you won't give it to the one that you claim that you're in love with. Maybe you're just not in love with him. Maybe you're just in love with his money. Maybe you're just in love with what he provides. And if that's the case, you need to let that man go. You need to let him go. And if you feel like the sex is a weapon, something that you can control him with, I best guarantee eventually his ass is going to leave. He's going to leave or he's going to cheat on you. One of the two is going to happen. And then you're going to complain and be mad and upset. I'm wondering, why did he do this? Why did he do that? Well, you created the environment to which allowed for his mind and his emotions to go in that direction. Some men are just leave you. Some men are just going to cheat on you. I'm the type that's just going to leave you and call it a day, because I'm not going through all the other arguments and all those emotions, because I ain't got time for it. And I don't want to hear all your whining and crying. Your tears don't affect me that way. So, to each his own, but what do you guys think? Always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.